feels much easier for Felt. Like you have this draw in SFS cores on Wildcard. It's easy for Abed perhaps to create space on SF, but not for everyone else. It's like not simple, not easy to just create space with these heroes. Like you said, the disables are skill shots. It's hard to start things off. People will be TPing away from you if you even get close to them. Like you have this Zeus, Prophet, a ton of damage versus 2 glass cannons of SF and Drow. Overall, all things said, I'm believing in Felt so much that I have a feeling they'll lose.
I was going to say the same thing. Like, we both kind of, like, everyone believes in Felt right now, which probably means they're about to lose here to Wildcard, and we're all going to look like absolute idiots going into this series.
It just works that way, because there are some positives on the side of Wildcard as well, right? Like Drow and SF, if they do get those items, they just become, like, machine guns from distance.
Yeah.
I like that on the center of the map. Very cute.
Very nice. Very nice. Looks like a cat, though. We're dog people, you and I. Bounty. Sammy will take it at the bot rune spot. Meanwhile, top lane, Lil Nick going to be chased down by a homing missile, but is going to be just fine. Still, it does appear to be a 3-for-1 trade in the favor of Wildcard, so you do get a nice little gold bonus for yourself starting off this game.
Basically, game 1, right?
True. Very, very true. And of course, we'll start off with the mid lane, as we did in game 1. You're going to have Alone against Kits. The Zeus versus SF matchup. Now, this is something very, very different. Takes me back to back in the day when we used to see these two heroes quite often.
Yeah, it's a bit different now with the raises, obviously, slowing you down, amplifying after each connection, so Zeus can fall if he's not careful. But overall, it's just like I spam spells, you spam spells, we both farm. Maybe it's a little bit easier for the SF to get the kill if he lands all the raises.
Yeah. Thing is, though, like, going back to the draft of Felt for a moment, I think you and I kind of briefly mentioned it while we were off camera, and like, it's a very nice kind of global strat, right? Like, you can get so much vision with these Hawks, then, you know, eventually Kids will have an Axos, so you'll have the Nimbus, Gyrocopter, getting pretty low, but is going to be okay. Back to my point, though, like, you have this Prophet, you have this Beastmaster, you have this Zeus. It's going to be very hard to get away for Wildcard if they do get scouted out by a Hawk. And that could be rough, because their draft, it does come across as quite greedy.
It does. We'll see how the lanes go, you know, after the laning stage. If the lanes go fairly well for Wildcard, maybe that greed will not be punished way too hard. Maybe, maybe if the Beastmaster maybe has like rougher time than in that last match, so it's kind of simpler for you to play.
Yeah, on the positive note, at least Sammy on this +5 DP, like, he can have a lot of impact in the lane, especially once you hit, say, that level 3 mark. You have the 2 Spirit Siphon charges.
What did they dodge? Did they dodge I wonder, the Prophet on the offlane or the Zeus on the mid lane with the DP5? Rubik? I think kind of low.
Getting very low, but Sammy doesn't have any spells to throw out at the moment.
Yeah. Gets away safely in the end.
But he's doing a great job. Like, Sammy's basically playing like an Undying right now, just not letting them get anywhere near the creep wave, and that's great news for Yawar, who should basically be free farming at this rate. And he is.
And he is. Both position 1s are. Hitmonlee on the other side as well. Hitinmune. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I will start reading his nickname properly from now on.
Hitmonlee was one of my favorite Pokemon back in Generation 1. I mean, I say Generation 1, I didn't watch anything after that because it's all garbage.
Same.
Rubbish.
I mean, the first one was kind of garbage as well, but I was young. Yeah, I was young enough to appreciate it.
That's terrible, isn't it? Don't you ever say that again. Bottom lane, Fade. Oh, he barely escapes. The multi-shot, that last wave did not connect, or rather the multi-shot did not connect. Yeah. Last wave, I mean.
They're really demolishing them down on the bottom lane, though. It's hard for Beast or Rubik to do a lot. Beast is still level 2, and he's running base, already used up all of his regen. He's got a ton of mangoes to spam, but that doesn't really help. So far, these two ranged heroes just brought on the hurt down bottom.
Yeah. At the very least, Hitmonlee is having a pretty decent time up top. Though I suppose he did have the same last game around. Like, the Prophet doesn't really have too many bad laning stages, so...
It's just that this time around he has this primal that will constantly hunt him, I feel like. So I guess in the last game he had the storm in same spirit. Like, he was the one.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a chase down here by Albino Zebra, but there's your onslaught. Hit immune. Can be trampled on. Still going to be fine. Nick doesn't want to go too far, so he can turn around very, very easily with that homing missile.
Zeus. Very low mid. He just healed up with 2 bottle charges. Almost fell to the Shadow Fiend.
He's going to be able to find the water in, though. He's all right.
Yep. Has that infused raindrop as well to help him from all the raises.
That was one of my favorite things, like the SF change, making it so if you hit 2... In fact, hold that thought, because Kits is doing a lot of damage right now, but won't have quite enough to finish the job. But it is one of my favorite changes that Valve recently made, like the SF, allowing him to have this crazy slow with the double raises. Because I used to be an SF player. Back when I was young and my hands actually worked properly, I used to play mid. And I always felt bad when SF just kind of got dumpstered. So it's just like, this hero is just so iconic to Dota 2. It just never feels right when SF's not in the meta. And I feel like SF just... He was out of the meta for such a long time.
Yeah. Yes and no, I guess. Like, he's in and out of the meta all the time. I don't know what you're talking about when you say when your hands worked. Was that like 20, 30 years ago? I'm not sure, because he is in the meta. He was in multiple ones, right? Like, you had the Blink Yules, you had the SF Greaves meta as well. But I see your point. He was in the meta more so because there were creeps around mid lane that he could farm easily. He wasn't truly in the meta because he was demolishing every lane. Bottom lane is still struggling. Like, these guys need to leave the trees a little bit. Like, all they are doing is hiding.
Oh, Fade, he's in a very awkward position right now and should just go down. First blood
Maybe
to go the way
one.
of Yuar, and yeah, Solji. I mean, he's trying to go after Yuar, but there's no damage. Oh, at least they have the Thunder Strike, or the Thunder God's Wrath.
There's the damage.
Eventually came in, but I mean, you already kind of said it. This bot lane's just gone horribly for Felt.
I mean, whenever I look down, bottom Beast is hiding in the trees. Come on, man. Like, man up a little bit.
Can he, though?
He can't.
No.
He can't any longer. That's the problem. Power Treads and Raid Band already on the draw. She hits hard even though you have an Helm of Iron Will. Like, you got that +6 armor, it still doesn't matter.
Kids, trying to get aggressive here onto the SF, but gets in very low and alone, able to walk out again. Again, the real positive right now is the fact that Hitimmune is still farming like an absolute champion. I mean, you kind of talked about the fact that they do have the counter in Nick, but like he's kind of your saving grace. Like, you need this Prophet to have a good game because, well, quite frankly, the bot lane's gone absolutely horribly for Felt, and the mid lane, it hasn't been bad, but it has been great either.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough though. Like, I know we praised this draft, but if your Beast Master isn't strong, I feel like it all kind of falls apart.
I mean, look on the bright side, Lizard. We may have praised the draft.
I don't see no bright sides, man. Don't you know me already?
Bright side for us is we praised the draft from Felt. Fear absolutely trashed the draft of Wildcard. So if anyone's going to get trashed after this, it's probably Fear.
Yeah. That's definitely the upside. Whenever Fear gets trashed, it's the upside for me.
Feels great.
Yeah, feels good, man. Even though I do like when people flame Nomad more, but sure.
I mean, give Nomad a break. He already cops it too often.
Sure.
We love you, Nomad.
And your fashion choices. You're a very brave person.
T-Panda's got the best fashion choices, in my opinion. Bottom lane. I mean, at the very least, Fade is... He's getting there, you know? Like, Yua's not being quite as aggressive. Fade is still finding... I mean, net worth-wise, it definitely doesn't paint the picture I'm trying to talk about here, but he's slowly getting there, Lizard.
Getting where? To the dumpster?
I mean...
2K net worth?
How rude of you. Fade. Oh, he's going to get slowed up. As I say as well, Fade, I apologize, sir.
Yeah, Rubik rotates in, so they can't really go on him. It's a rough game for him. Like, he doesn't have that Dominator. He's not going to have it for a while.
Alone.
Mid lane, though?
He's okay. The homing missile going to be a little bit too slow to the party.
Yeah. Zeus with the haste maybe goes bottom. He has been, I believe, pinked out, but if he can get bottom, if they could rescue this lane, it would be huge.
Sammy's healing up quite a bit with this Siphon, but Kids should have enough damage, surely. And there you go. With the Thunder God's Wrath, he'll get it done. They're just trying to buy any kind of space here for this Beastmaster, who's still level 5.
Yeah, he did force Yavar out. So the Beast should actually take over. I was thinking maybe Drow even stays there. It's not really a lane that strikes me as I have to abandon, I have to run. But probably safer for him.
Well, so far so good for Wildcard. 2k advantage, 9 minutes in. Top of the net worth board is Lil Nick, and I'm going to give props to Lil Nick, because I feel like every game that we've seen of Wildcard, he always seems to be top net worth after the laning stage. Every single time. Now, whether that means he has impact is a different question entirely. What I'm saying, though, to you, Lizard, is this man knows how to hit creeps.
Yeah. It's fine, you know, you learn how to hit the creeps, then eventually heroes as well.
Yeah. Eventually. I mean, step 1 is the creeps.
It's easier to hit them.
It is. And, funny we mentioned that as well. I think Burning's coming back to a Chinese team as well.
As a 5, right?
Well, whatever it is, you know the man's just going to be hitting creeps the whole time. That's kind of what he does. Solji, in the meantime, he's just going to go down as Alone lands a very nice raise.
Ooh, that arrow was close. Not that it would have mattered, but yeah. They do get the Ruby kill. I don't know. We'll see. Beastmaster did hit that 6. He's down bottom. They're arguing on him.
Fade alone. He's had enough. He's had enough of a rough time. Leave him alone.
This is just bullying at this point, right? Like Lil Nick rotating bottom and killing him before he even pressured top tier 1 tower. Like, what's this? An offlaner going safe lane at the 11-minute mark.
That makes no sense to me.
And look, right now, what's the problem? Like, he's farming in this path towards the mid tier 1, right? So your Drow is kind of like, guys, what do I do here? You know, like, where do I farm? Do I farm under their tower? I'm gonna die. Do I fall back into the jungle? It's gonna be kind of hard to do that because everything is farmed by the primal.
Yeah.
And especially hard if I block my own camps. But that was blocked by the sentry anyway.
That's very true. Lil Nick, 1-0-0. Again, having a great old time. Obviously, highest net worth on the board right now is the Primal Beast. It is going to mean he's going to have a very early timing towards that BKB, and that's pretty much the main spike for the Primal, right? Like, this hero is just so strong. All he needs is that magic immunity. And then he can do whatever the hell he wants, basically.
It's just a silly hero.
Yeah.
They do see the Prophet.
Uh-oh. This is the saving grace. They don't really want to lose Hidden Immune like this, but they've got no choice in the matter. He will drop.
Exorcism as well popped, which is kind of good for Felt because not a lot of it will be used on the tier 1 tower, I suppose.
Mid? I mean, he's got a couple homing missile, but it's kind of the problem with the support Jaro, right? It's like, it's not the best setup hero.
You'd think that, yeah. Homing missile, probably not the most gacha stun out there.
Yeah. No need for the sarcasm, Lizard.
What do you mean?
Very passive-aggressive you are.
To you?
Yeah, you're just...
Never.
Anything I say, you're just like, well, you're actually wrong.
I was agreeing with you.
No, you weren't.
I was. You said homing missile, not good setup. I said yes.
Your words agree with me, but your tone says you're an idiot.
I would never even contemplate on thinking. I never think about that kind of a thing. Think about what you think about, okay?
There's a lot of thinking in that. MSS. Going to be spotted here by the Hawk Vision. We'll just leap away though, no real issues.
Blink on SF, by the way. He wants to be making moves.
Oh, the Arbit build. Very nice. You appreciate that as well, right? Like, he doesn't need to go...
Maybe he can get a kill here.
He may. Hit immune. Gonna go for the Requiem. Does cancel it off, though. Oh, boy. Here we go. They don't have a stun, though.
Imagine if that wasn't a gyro.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine if that was any position 5 with an actual stun. Proper one.
Onslaught? Where's that happening? No, it's just mid lane. Never mind. It's the thing with the Primal Beast, like, all his spells make a bunch of noise.
Yeah, they do.
It just debates you every time.
You just want to move your camera, see where he is, what he's doing. What's his full at again?
Well, Felt grouping up now. Wildcard 3k advantage, just doing the right thing. If they can hit creeps, they should hit creeps, and that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, sure, you might have a slight worry about hit immune. He's got the Midas up, has the Maelstrom on the way. But he is farming a bit too quickly on the Prophet.
Yeah, same like in that last game. And it did pay off in the end for Felt in that last match.
But this time you do have an answer in the Onyx Primal Beast. So
yeah, you have the Primal Beast, you have the SF, you have the Drow. I believe that you should be able to outcarry him. Then again, there is a ton of damage from Felt once the BKBs are down, right? The BKBs aren't even bought yet. I'm thinking a little bit too much into the future. But later on, if they manage to kite those BKBs and Zeus comes online, like, we'll see.
a wildcard, they'll just keep the farm game going. BKBs are now being worked on, Lizard, so you're not that forward thinking. They're on the way.
Yep. SF just queued one up. I believe Primal, he's got it now after this wave. Drow Ranger has a 4-staff, so I guess Pike is first and then maybe even a BKB afterwards. Would be early, but I wouldn't mind it.
I mean, Feld, it seems like they don't really mind the time to build up on them on their own, right? Like, especially Fade on the Beastmaster, he's probably really enjoying his time in the jungle at the moment. Though Kits did just steal a bunch of his creeps for no apparent reason. Poor guy. Wildcard, they are slowly starting to rotate into that dire jungle now. Seeing Fade, they'll make the jump in immediately. They just hate this Beastmaster. They want him dead. And look at Alone. He's going to sneak into the tree line just to rub salt in the wound. Go after Kits as well. The raise is there. Alone, still going, but Kits is still fine. He will back off as Alone now. He's the one in danger. Thunder God's Wrath, homing missile. No, it's going to get denied off. They don't have the damage. Alone, his play was like he wasn't actually even going for the beast. He knew if he Requiem's there, he can go on top of Zeus, and he did. He didn't manage to kill off the Zeus, but at least he doesn't die in the end, so that's a plus. Maybe Prophet could have joined that fight once again. He'd definitely kill off the SF. The only problem is he'd most certainly die afterwards, so... Yeah. Sammy, mid lane, Silence is going to connect, and that's going to force the Zeus back at least for a little bit, but... Oh no, he misses the Thunderbolt. Never mind.
He was a bit afraid to continue chasing while he was silenced. For the best, there was a Primal next, so... With a BKB.
And again, you hear that hero every time. You just hear him growling for no apparent reason. You're like, oh no, he's nearby.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy. T1 mid tower, though, is going to be under siege. Fade. Rather, Fade is using that dominated creep to get the job done rather quickly. A little bit of a win here for Felt. Wildcard, they're not really going to try and respond to this. Again, they seem more than happy just farming.
Mike?
Yes?
Tell me honestly.
Yes?
How do you feel about the Warpine Raider?
Oh, the Warpine Raider. I want this creep to be good so bad, right? Because I'm like, I'm an Enchantress player. In fact, hold that thought, because we are going to have Soldier going down. I'm an Enchantress player.
Okay.
I really enjoy these creep abilities.
Okay.
I want this guy to be good so bad. I just feel like... I don't know. I feel like it needs to bounce a couple more times.
Okay.
The siege shot, I mean.
Yeah, to be doing something, actually, yeah.
Yeah. And the range on the bounce as well, it's so short.
Yeah, but my question was more like, how do you feel about Warpine Raider? What is this? What's up with this acorn running around?
Yeah, it's a weird one.
With a magic stick. A little star on top.
It is a very, very interesting design. It's kind of cute, though.
He has a shield with some cherries on top.
Yeah? It's cute, Lizard.
Okay.
It's adorable. It's got a little bit of a wobble as well when he walks, like a bit of a penguin.
He does.
18 minutes. 3k advantage now.
Kind of a silent game. 11 kills all in total. Not a lot.
It is a slow game for sure.
Whoa, what's he banging? Some creeps, okay. I just hear that Primal, like, banging the floor.
Yeah, every time. Alone? Oh, this could be big. He's underneath the sentry, though. But do they have detection? Well, they don't really need it. They've got Kits right there. Oh, that's a massive pick-off. That's great sentry placement from the side of Felt. Maybe preemptively expecting that. Maybe just looking for an observer ward, but whatever it was, it pays off.
They had a little bit of a fight around those stairs to the left there, so you put the sentry there usually just to find the ward. And then the wild SF appears even better. Maybe they saw him actually move in. That was also possible. Because of Mirana's ulti, right?
Well, Felt 9-4 now, but the net worth lead has gone down by basically to 1k. Like, it's really nothing to write home about.
Yeah, and it's mostly in Prophet's hands, right?
Yeah.
It's all him. This time around, he gets an earlier BKB. I think that's okay because of the Primal Beast in that last game. He had nothing to worry about, really. He had the Dazzle on his side as well. This time around, you have no saves, and you're playing versus this Primal Beast that his only goal is to get a blink and jump on top of you, so makes sense to get that.
It certainly does. I mean, it's the one thing you've got to worry about. And speaking of the Primal Beast, Lil Nick's going to pick up a Blink Dagger now. Just coming on the career, but another great way of kind of breaking the cap. And obviously, he assumes the early BKB timing on the Prophet. So I suppose one way to try and counter that out is just blink right in and just go for the Pulverize. And kids, he just finds Sammy again here.
Yep. They have so much magic damage. It's ridiculous. Like Felt, Zeus, Gyro, Rubik. It's mostly magic damage from them at the moment. Once they get the BKBs on Wildcard, things get a bit rougher. But whose BKB are we waiting for? Drows and SFs, right?
Yeah, basically. The SF, I believe, has the recipe on the way.
Yep.
He's a bit further away with his BKB. Still a couple K to go for that, but you know, he's working towards it. Not too long, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's just that now they can already fight, I believe. They can force Rosh or go for a fight down bottom. We'll see what they're up to. It looks like Yawar is moving into the pit.
He is, and this is something that...
It is scouted, though.
The Hawk was there. Oh, Alone. Requiem is going to come out. Him, Mundo, had his own BKB. Alone forced the TP out of this team fight. He is going to be just fine. But the Roshan...
The ult to scout them out.
Is going to be left. Lil Nick is going to be able to onslaught away. So both teams might just need to go for a reset. Quite a bit expended from either side. More importantly, the BKBs, though, Felt they seem confident. They're going to move in.
They did use the BKB on Prophet, but it looks like, yeah, exactly, like you said. They feel very comfortable seeing SF is still on the bottom lane.
But the thing is, in game one, like, Felt got away with so many Roshans. And it's kind of surprising me that they're getting away with this again. The Wildcard, they're not going to allow.
Maybe Primal goes in.
He's got the blink up. He's going to go for the onslaught first, but he could break the gap, though. Never mind. He's going to get roared up. Lil Nick, oh, he's in a bit of trouble here. He'll try to walk away as Albino Zebra does go down. Roshan getting so down low. Should go the way of Wildcard.
Who's got it?
Oh, it's sprouted up. They do snatch it away on the side of Alone. The SF's got it. Kits goes down. Now they've got the Prophet as well. Massive fight for Wildcard.
Massive fight, and that was all so close. Everyone TPs away with like a sliver of HP. Insane. And it's all because of the silly Primal Beast, Little Nick just going in, BKBing, and then getting roared. But I feel like once he BKBs, they don't really have the damage. Yeah, Prophet is hitting him, but he's not hitting hard enough at the moment, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
If he could have dealt with Primal Beast earlier, then perhaps they'd be able to deal with everyone else, right? But also the Sprout, I feel, moved Rosh away from the teammates.
Yeah.
So they couldn't really reach the Aegis.
I love the fact that the Aegis ended up in the Sprout, and everyone's just panicking, like, hey, someone chop down this damn tree. Please.
SF in the end gets it.
Here we go. There's the replay. The Roshan going down. I mean, this looked like it was a guaranteed wildcard Aegis, and then all of a sudden, Sprout is there. Like you said, it kind of pushes them away a little bit. And
I guess Yawar and SF were the closest anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Rubik's Requiem stolen. He managed to fear them for a bit there, but wasn't enough.
What can you do?
What can you do exactly?
It happens. 2K advantages. We are having a bit of lag here for Yawar, so he'll go for the reconnection. Still, again, happy days for Wildcard. And you're seeing the real problem with Feld, I suppose, is going back to the Primal Beast versus Prophet matchup. If you just don't have the BKB available, you just can't fight, it seems, for the Prophet. Panel somewhere in the green room shivering right now at the fact that this draft is actually working for Wildcard. Get ready to explain yourself, boys.
Yeah,
Start taking notes.
Honestly, this panel, Mike, it only works when we're there.
That's true.
That is very true. I don't know what these predictions are any longer.
I mean, you and I always knew Wildcard had the better draft.
You and I, like, we have like 100% rate of predictions so
That's
far.
true. That's true.
No history revision here happening.
Never.
Never. Just way too on point.
Yeah. Regardless, though, I mean, the game's still very, very close. Like, there is going to come a point where this Prophet's going to start becoming a real issue. And we saw last game, it was basically the Gleipnir timing that did it. Once you get into the ultra late game, AC up, Satanic up, then it gets super scary. Like, you haven't got a right-click SF either. Like, Alone's still just going the Magic style build. Looks like he's got a point booster, so are we going to see an Ags coming out here for Alone?
Yeah, it looks that way.
Why not?
I mean, that's the build, right? Like, you're going for the playmaking style of SF, so pretty damn solid.
You love to see when the Arcane Blink comes out as well.
Yeah, I hate to see it, but...
You hate to see it.
I love watching it. I hate to see it in my games.
Oh, yeah. It just feels impossible to go against. Don't worry about that sound lizard. That was just little Nick pulverizing a neutral creep. Nothing to worry about.
I'm sure I'm hearing something very similar in the hotel. There's some construction happening.
There is. 1K advantage still stands. Like, Wildcard, they have the Aegis, but they're not trying to press the issue anytime soon. They're still more than happy to sit back and just get that farm going. I don't really know who this favors. Like, generally when someone's got an Aegis up, you'd assume they start to get a little bit more aggressive than this.
Yeah, you assume they will become a bit more frisky and start going in, but they're in no rush. 20 gold, more or less, away after the creep camp. The BKB should be purchased by the draw. And once you get that, then you can start maybe going for some smoke. But you might get caught first.
You may get caught. Mid lane. They have found the drow. Yawar is gone.
That's just so unfortunate. It's always like that, right? In this game, it's always like that. One more camp. I need that one more camp, boys. You get it and then you get punished.
Oh. Somewhere out there, Arteezy's smiling right now. He knows the feeling. He understands. Shout out to him. Nevertheless. 12-6, less than 1K net worth lead now. What's Dota Plus saying? 69% the way of Wildcard. Very, very nice.
69, like that's...
Well, it's 68 now, but it was 69.
It's dropping a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Because you were about to make a stupid joke, weren't you?
I wasn't. I honestly wasn't. It's just a lot.
Felt they're just going to take over that Radiant jungle. The Wildcard, they are grouped up in the mid lane, maybe expecting a bit of a rotation here from Felt. Nilnik's going to blink right in. Albino Zebra immediately getting caught out by the onslaught, but does force stuff away. Pulverize is forced out, but you've got Soldier who does steal it. And Albino, I don't think he's going to be too upset about that. Tank the gank for the team. You do at least still Pulverize here for Soldier, which always looks a little bit funny when it comes to the Rubik. And it's a +5 Jaro. He'll be fine. He'll be back in no time.
It's fine. He's done his part, you know? You need to sacrifice yourself every now and then for the greater good. Tier 1 tower on the mid lane, though. Next objective.
Sprout is out. Nilnik lifted up.
Has no BKB.
He's a tanky boy, but there's your Pulverize coming up from Soldier, and Nilnik's gone.
Dude, this Rubik took him from his home. Like, he reached inside, grabbed him while he was having dinner. He's like, come here.
Just choke slammed him.
Choke slam, yeah, after choke slam. They still have that Aegis. They're still circling around like they want to make something happen. Maybe if an arrow connects, because they truly have no no control here. That's their biggest issue, right?
I mean, Wildcard never get lucky with the power runes either here, Lizard. I feel like they're always missing out.
It's skill.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Alone. Midnight,
There's a sentry.
excuse me, Moonlight Shadow is what I was meant to say.
Yeah, but there's a sentry and he's gonna get attacked. Now they know.
Yeah. Counter smoke. Immediately up from Felt, they know.
Not one, but two. Double smoke.
Always important. You never want to smoke alone. Felt. They know Yuwa was the top lane by himself because they saw the SF mid. They're going to try and maybe infiltrate that Radiant Triangle. See if they can find Yuwa hanging around that area. Oh, Yuwa, he might run right into them. Solji, gonna see him. The Drought, BKB popped immediately. They will try to turn. Roar is out. Hidden Mune is gonna move in, but there is gonna be a Hurricane Pike committed. So now the Onslaught does come in from the Primal Beast, and nobody really goes down. At least not quite yet. Thunder God's Wrath, it'll give all the vision. They know exactly where they are. BKB's running off alone.
What happened, sir? Where was your BKB?
Oh, he never popped it.
He just tried to Requiem without a BKB. Disappears in a second.
Yikes.
Like, Felt making this draft work, and I'm just not feeling the impact of the Primal Beast so far. You know, I'm expecting a lot from this BKB. We were hyping it up, like the BKB and the ulti and the cash that they've got. But every time he BKBs, they just reserve the roar for him. And that's it. He gets Gleipnired before the BKB. If he BKBs, he gets roared. They're really playing well around him.
That they are. 4K advantage now the way it felt.
Gyro.
Right in. Sammy in trouble. Lil Nick going to try and save the day. Sammy still going down, but is going to be saved, at least for now. But the Gleipnir is going to catch him in Hidden Mune.
Yawar.
Oh, Yawar, not Yawar.
Yawar indeed.
Oh, boy.
I just love how Gyro is. Albino Zebra, he's playing one of those puppy Kuro style position 5s. Just run in headlessly and give as much info as possible for your team. It looks like you're running in some awkward fashion. And you feed 5-6 times a game. But it doesn't matter because that 7th time the carry dies. Right? Like 7th time he bites the bait again and actually gets deleted.
Well, there's the Axe up at the very least on alone. We'll see if that really makes a difference in these fights, though. Like, it's kind of hard because he doesn't have anything like a Linken's. So if you see it happening, with the blink up on the Beastmaster, you just go for the roar out. Can be pretty hard to actually get this one off here for alone. Maybe once the Arcane Blink is up, not so much, but at least for now it is. 8K advantage for Felt. Dota Plus has swung right back the other way, 66% the way it felt.
So see how feeble these predictions are. They just switch sides, just one side after another every 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, kind of like our panel.
Meanwhile, our panel, they do it non-stop.
Yeah.
I was gonna praise them, and then then you dig a hole for them, so I had to follow.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Oh, you call them out. You know, listen, they do tend to switch sides. Like, oh, this team's better. Oh, that team's better. You know.
They do. Like I wouldn't know. I'm not really a panelist myself. You know.
No, not you.
I never do that.
Never seen you do such a thing.
Right? Me switching sides.
Never happened. 14 to 10. What is it, Liz?
Nothing.
No? Nothing to say? Fair enough.
14 to 10, that's it. Not really a close game considering 10k advantage on Felt.
Hidden Mute?
This man is always finding farm.
I mean, they know he's top, though. Scan Out is going to catch alone on the SF, so they know that they're running up top.
Yeah, they do.
Smoke is out, though, from Felt. They want to try and force this rotation, see if they can get a good fight going for themselves. They know exactly where they are on the side of Wildcard. Get into that Radiant Triangle and just get in position.
Can Sammy get him? Will they just send the scoutocopter once again?
Yeah, Albino's, he's been fantastic, Albino, just constantly taking every single gank that comes in. Of course, both sides are going to be playing for the next Roshan, which is spawning in about 1:15, but the team fight may break out before then. Though, felt they will reveal their position by getting that D-Ward on the sentry. Thunder God's Wrath going to give the information back the way I felt.
Everything.
Thing is, though, Wildcard, they're back in their base. So if you're felt, you just keep staying, you just remain in this triangle and you'll have first dibs on Roshan.
Well, there's the smoke. Like, you can see the drawings on the map. I felt they're reading the movement. But Zeus!
Oh, Kits.
Oh, nice jump.
He barely gets away. Still Lil Nick going in, but the roar is out.
Insane.
Oh, Lil Nick is down.
Heavenly's jump, like, indeed. Saved by the heavens there, Zeus.
Certainly so.
And then the roar as well came right in time alone.
That's a very far Requiem. He's only going to find Albino Zebra.
Yeah, it's the Aghanim's, right? Like, he channels it and then he blinks.
Oh, of course. Jump in. Sammy. In trouble on the DP. Gonna try and survive, but they found Yawar. That's the big target. They've got the Drow again. Oh, no. Sammy. Run, Sammy, run. He is down again as well. There was a buyback from Lil Nick, but it's not going to amount to anything.
Yeah, they're pinging SF for Rosh. I believe Rosh is a little bit easier. They could buy back both of the cores. Like, they could buy back the Drow and the DP and try and fight this. But it would be, well, not necessarily greedy, just very risky. So they're opting not to do that. Give away the Aegis, give away the Shard. But this game is getting rougher and rougher. You do have two glass cannons that can defend the high ground on the side of Wildcard, like SF and Drow. They're really strong at defending, but you're playing into Zeus. Like, he's gonna send you to the fountain.
It's pretty rough. 14k advantage. You really impressed with the Felt's performance here. It's doing a brilliant job, Felt is. Tier 3 top tower, gonna be under siege. There goes your tier 3. They'll even find Sammy, who does show up there for a moment. There is going to be a decent Requiem, but it only really connected on Beastmaster. Onslaught forward, Lil Nick still trying, does find Fade, but it's probably going to cost his own life. Though I say that, Albino, unable to get it done. Hit Immune still going, does get taken down once. Can they find him a second time? Probably really not, because Lil Nick and Sammy are both there, but no, they landed an arrow. Oh, MSS, he threads the needle. He got a nice arrow off.
That's a wipe.
That is a wipe. Kids is the only one alive.
The arrow, it's gonna be kind of far from the Zeus, so he should be the one that survives. But overall, yeah, that's the danger of pushing high ground versus these heroes. Like, if Drow is just able to stand and hit constantly, you will fall no matter what. There's a ton of damage being dished out by her. And it's not like you have an AC or anything like that on the Prophet. Like in the last game.
I think I'm going to stop praising teams. As soon as I praise Felt, they get wiped.
It's... So basically what is happening is you praise the team that's in a good position, right?
Yeah.
But for them to keep that position, they are actually the ones that are controlling the game and they have to make a move. And making moves in a game such as this one is harder than just being defensive.
Right.
So they make a mistake, they get wiped. That's all. Especially when it comes to pushing high ground. Like, maybe getting a pick off or two beforehand would have been much easier for Felt.
Yeah, absolutely. It just felt like they were a bit too confident going into that high ground. To be fair, I thought they just had it.
It always feels that way.
Yeah.
And then you get punished.
Well, props to Wildcard for the defense. They sadly felt they missed out on the Arcane Rune just sitting there at the bot rune spot. A little bit of a shame. I'm sure Kits would have really enjoyed that. We'll scout it out eventually, I think, but nevertheless, felt probably going to be a little bit more careful trying to approach that high ground. As I say that, they are going to smoke up.
Well, they're not approaching the high ground. They're smoking up for maybe a pick-off, and then they can think about the...
Oh, Nick. He's a nice target.
It's a
they
great
see
one.
him. Thunder God's Wrath is going to give the vision, but oh,
Drow.
they found Yawar. That's the one you really want. The Drow.
They don't see...
Oh, he gets away. Satanic pop, but it's not going to be enough. Alone, he still jumps in and Hinmune is down. They got the Prophet at the very least. Nice 1-for-1 here for the side of Wildcard.
Yeah, if you're Wildcard, you're fine with that. Like, you defended. You did lose the draw, but you also killed the Prophet, so they can't really push any longer. However, DP...
Yeah, Sammy might just be going right back to the graveyard, though TP away, he's going to be fine. They can't cancel.
Gets away.
Now, these Requiems, our observer keeps showing us the amount of damage being pumped out with the Arcane Blink Requiem. It's pretty ridiculous, Lizard.
Yeah, I feel like Moonlight Shadow as well saved Drow from a couple of hits. Like, I'm not sure if it was Invis or the mischance, but a couple of those hits did not connect from the Prophet. So it took them just a little while longer than necessary. That's where SF comes in, that's where the Prophet dies.
Now a Scythe device up on Nilnik as well, even more control. They are just trying to make life as hard as humanly possible here for Hidden Mune. And that's the thing every fight, right? Like if Hidden Mune dies, the fight's over. You cannot keep going.
More or less, yeah. Because he's also the one that goes very deep to take care of the Drow.
Whereas on the other side of things, like you lose the Drow, but you've still got this SF who can still hit quite hard.
Yep. With
the right clicks. Like you've still got decent objective taking. You've still got a way to fight. Don't forget Lil Nick, he can do a lot of damage as well. I mean, sure, Kits can do a hell of a lot of damage on the Zeus, but it's just not quite the same thing. You're just kind of blowing your whole kit at the start of a team fight. As mid lane, they are grouping up once again.
Yeah, they have Moonlight Shadow, but they've been instantly scouted by Zeus's ulti. So that's not really going to work. Rush will respawn, may respawn in 2 or 14 minutes, so... That's not really the greatest thing to think about at the moment. You just have to perhaps smoke up, get another fight going somewhere else. And you can see that if you're a wildcard, you're still just satisfied by holding this high ground. What can they have? They can have a refresher on SF, and they can have a refresher on Primal Beast. If you do buy out, though, that's also dangerous. A pick off and... You know, if Prophet survives, or even Beastmaster, that could be a side.
Yeah, I mean, Wildcard is still the team that is behind, so you can't really risk not having buyback right now.
Sacred Relic now, it looks like will be completed by Hidden Mune.
Nullifier on the way. Just a moment.
Maybe he saves as well. Does he have buyback? He does. He doesn't save.
No, he's all in. I mean, it's fine. Like, you could just wait maybe a minute. Like, Prophet is such a fast farmer. Could have it pretty darn soon, as long as he doesn't get picked off here by the side of Wildcard.
He needs 2.5k, so 2k more. He needs to farm it for, yeah, like you said, 2 minutes at this point.
Hey, Roshan's not spawning for at least a minute and a half.
Yeah, more or less, like, for him, he fasts so incredibly. He farms so incredibly fast right now.
Alone going for that refresher orb. You have a double Aghanim's Requiem. It is going to be a very painful experience if it does land. They might need to switch their targeting a little bit. It's kind of hard against this draft of Wildcard because if you're Fade, it's like, who am I actually roaring? Like, you want to pick off your War, but Alone's starting to feel like the actual big problem. So you've got to be able to deal with this SF in the middle of these team fights. And now, refresher orb is up. He doesn't save for buyback, but... Yeah, he gets one of those bad boys off. You know a second one's coming immediately.
Yeah, if he gets one of those bad boy roars off on him, like he's not gonna get a single one off. But yeah, he has the Arcane Blink, so he should be getting his spells out. We're entering the stage of the game in which everything becomes a little bit more fun because of all these extra spells now. Everyone has to be quite a bit faster.
Yeah.
Like Fade, so far, he's had an easy game. I'm a Beastmaster. I see you, I roar you. It's fine.
Easy game. Do you remember the laning stage that man was having?
Post-laning stage. When it comes to the targets that he needed to roar, they presented themselves to him, right?
Okay.
Right now, it's going to be, if I don't roar immediately, if I'm not on my A game, I'm losing the team fight.
My favorite time of any Prophet game, by the way, that level 25 talent.
Let's go.
No cooldown
TP around, yeah.
Who thought this idea was a good idea? That's my question. Smoke up. Roshan is available. Ag's Blessing is up on the Roshan. Third one of the game. Fade's gonna get started.
I'm not sure that you want to be inside the pit.
It's risky.
It's very risky. Look at them run. This is good movement so far by the Radiant, but they should be scouted.
Arrow will go through the Roshan pit. They won't see anyone yet.
Prophet is down bottom.
Oh, they're pinging them out. They seem to know exactly where they are. Nice position from the Rubik. They can't see him, though. Roar is out. Who have they got? It looks like they're trying for a loan, but the 4-staff away. He's fine. Still jumping on Lil Nick. They're going to try for the Primal. Lil Nick is going to drop. First Requiem will do absolutely nothing as the BKB was there from Hidden Mute. And Yawar's down. This fight could not have gone any worse for the side of Wildcard.
Look at the bottom lane, like it's even being pushed in.
Oh no, there's so much to address here for Wildcard. Alone, he's still got one Requiem if he does want to go for the refresh. Problem is Albino Zebra is going to find him. And even if the Gyrocopter dies there, you get the info the SF's on the high ground waiting. Now there's no way for Alone to try and steal this Aegis away. No kind of RTZ play coming.
Can't really do much, just kills a couple of creeps and TP's back. Oof, the game is looking really hard for Wildcard right now.
What do you do now?
That whole fight was so crazy too, because Prophet, he TP'd bottom just as they were approaching him. So that kind of saved him, plus he pushed bottom with it. Then, like, yeah, you have this refresher, but you can't catch the Prophet with it. Hittinmune was smart enough to just use the BKB, kill off Yawar, not Yawar, he was killing someone else, and then instantly Silver Edge and run away. He wasn't close to the SF, so he can refresh and go in again with the BKB. Plus Yawar fell way too fast. His positioning, perhaps, in that last fight wasn't amazing.
Well, Top Rax is gone now. Jump in, Requiem. Oh, they've only caught. Oh, it's still Kit. They've got the Zeus.
It's a big one.
That is a big one. Fade. BKB TP away. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, they lost Zeus. They don't want to fight. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to use that buyback on him. You don't want to have an unnecessary fight. The Zeus dishes out way too much damage.
Absolutely. I almost thought it was just a support getting picked off there for a moment. Just with the Zeus's hero model, it just looks so small.
But that's the scary part for Felt, right? Like you just witnessed how fast it is for them and how easy it is for them to kill off your cores. It doesn't matter if that's Zeus or Prophet, they both die the same.
Just takes one good Requiem and that's about it.
Yeah.
Sadly for Zeus, he's not really... Oh, Exorcism stolen here by Solji.
Yeah, Aghanim's Exorcism on him. That's a feels good man. And the Shadow Rays, I believe that's the shortest one, so...
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Obviously wanted the Requiem for himself, but couldn't quite get there.
Requiem plus Exorcism, that's a feels good man, right?
Oh, I bet.
Two ultis.
Lil Nick, sight the Vice out. Albino Zebra, the one to get caught out. Pulverize was committed. Onslaught forward as well. Hit Immune, he jumped right into them. He gets stunned up for a moment, but it doesn't seem like Wildcard really want this fight. They will back off.
He's TPing in.
Rock throw is there. Lil Nick gonna be slowed up here by the ulti. Call down of the Gyrocopter as Yawar gonna jump in, but the Ghost Scepter making it too hard to take him down. Still the side, the Vice gonna hex up the Prophet. Yawar, he needs to run. He'll go for the BKB TP out and he's gonna make it just barely.
What about Yesef?
Oh, Alone! A massive Requiem. He's caught the Prophet. Hit Immune. Gonna cop it again. But that is just the Aegis. Can they help him out here? They're gonna need to run in here for the side of Felt. In fact, it's Wildcard that are running. They only got the Aegis. They've committed all their Requiems. They don't want the fight. So hit Immune. He's TPing out. He sees Yawar. He doesn't want the fight anymore.
Rubik.
Nice lift away. Solji gets for the silence. Pulverize out as well onto Alone, but he's
right.
alone.
He tried. How many buybacks happened here? Just the Zebra? Pretty much, yeah. Like, overall, great fight from the SF, rescuing the fight on his own, pretty much, right? Like, those double ultis.
Look at the damage, 8.2k.
Yeah, 8,000 damage in a single team fight. Quite remarkable, I would say.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. It's this game's just on him. Like, he's even bought the Lincoln Sphere just to make sure they can't roar him up.
You see the chat? Albino Zebra, Shadowfiend is missing, Fade, Shadowfiend is missing.
Sammy's gonna drop.
He has Requiem again very soon. They need to be careful.
It's just so hard. It's one of those games where, like, you see the SF blink in, you've got to pop that BKB, but these BKBs just getting shorter and shorter. Hit and mute. Just trying to keep that bot wave pushed out. Requiem committed. Does actually connect on 2, but
Easy blink.
it'll be just fine to get out of there.
that was scary. Right there. Playing with fire.
Nimbus down. Jump in here from the side
SF?
of... Oh, they've had Alone. He'll pop the BKB. Roar is out, though. They broke the Lincolns, but they can't go for the kill. They'll turn back around. Alone's been left.
The buyback? No buyback.
Oh, no.
This is going to be very hard to hold now.
I thought they'd go in and save the SF, but they'd leave him.
Yeah, I guess how? That's the only question. Maybe they fight there, but
That's fair.
no Requiem.
I guess none of them can really afford to die because, like, Yuwa doesn't have buyback either. They're both short on gold at the moment. The Yuwa dies, the game's basically just done. Thing is, though, without the SF, it feels like it's already kind of just done. Like, these Requiems have been saving them so many times.
Yeah, they've literally been keeping them in the game still.
Jump in, Roar is there. They found the Drow, but the Force Staff's away. I'm going to enable him to get out, though. Lil Nick, he made the jump in, will Onslaught back out and is going to be able to survive, but Kit's trying to move in as well. Rock Throw is actually going to connect here, and the arrow somehow going to miss. Pulverize is there by Solji now. Onto MSS, but he will be able to leap away. They are buying a bit of time.
They're buying a lot of
this
time.
mid-racks. 30 more seconds for the SF to be back into this team fight. Sammy will go down to the Death Prophet. They want the Megas. Lil Nick, though, Scythe the Vice once again going to come out. So he will pump fake the Onslaught. These rock throws.
They're really doing a lot of work.
15 seconds left for Alone to be back up. Pulverized, though, Yuwa. Yuwa has been caught. Yuwa's down,
That's
but he's
buyback.
got the gold. He's got the buyback gold. He's back into the fight. Problem is, Megas are up.
Yeah, they're bailing. That's it. They're way too low on resources. They got mega creeps. So, okay, for Wildcard, they lost all the Raxes, that's true, but they're still kind of in the game. It's not impossible. Like this game, I feel like is much easier to win off of mega creeps than the last one. So it's kind of doable. High hopes, though.
Yeah, I mean, chances are it's not going to happen, but like you said, it's doable,
It's doable.
and we're playing Dota.
Yeah. With the SF, with everything that he's got, like this high ground push was difficult 4 versus 5.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was alive, it would be almost impossible for Felt.
It's the greatest thing about Dota, right? Like, any other MOBA, and this would just be GG. Like, the other team would have just tapped out immediately.
Look, I just don't discuss other MOBAs anymore, you know? They're inferior, it's obvious,
Yeah.
so...
That's why I discuss it, to talk about how inferior they are. I love it. Sometimes you've got to get, you know, down and
Your
dirty.
logic is sound.
Sometimes you got to get down and dirty, listen.
Your logic is sound. I like you. Where have you been my whole life?
Waiting for you. Are they going to wait for the next Roshan? Is that the play? Like, there is 35 seconds till we find out when it's going to respawn.
A player that just joined Steam, you know when Steam pop-ups, like someone is playing Dota?
Yeah.
But this guy in my Steam friends, his nickname is Jakiro's Buttocks.
It just kind of made me think, does Jakira actually have?
Buttocks?
I don't know.
Probably. He's a big, juicy dragon,
Why
to be
did you
honest.
put that image into my head, listen?
I don't know. I needed to share it with the world.
Thank you for that. I
Good,
think all of us are going to have a
Good nickname, sir.
bit of a rough image in our head about that one.
I'm searching for him right now to see if he has a profile picture as well.
Double damage rune is available bot rune spot. Problem is Roshan's not going to spawn up for another 2 minutes, so it's a long timer. Hidden Mune's not picking it up yet though. Saving it for the right moment. I didn't realize we're 51 minutes into this game. It's been quite a long one.
It's been.
I mean, it's gone by quite fast, I might admit. Like, it's
a fun game.
Yeah.
It's definitely a fun game.
Hasn't felt like 51 minutes, that's for sure. Double damage still left bot lane, but bot rune spot. But you know what, Lizard? There's no cooldown on this teleport, so who cares? He can go back anytime and pick it up.
He's keeping it up for that one last fight. When's Rosh? In 1 minute? No need to do anything silly, just wait for it.
Just quickly check. Back to the rune. Is it still there? Yes, it is. Where do you want to go now, Hidden Mune?
Sit on it until 52-minute mark, then pick it up before the next rune spawns. Yeah, save until the last second because Rosh might respawn. 51, 58, he's gonna pick it up. There we go. Doesn't want to risk it on 59. You know, 58 is kind of safe.
CI grip? Soldier said CI grip. What is it? What emote is that? I don't even know.
I'll Google it for you.
I mean, usually my emote game's pretty good.
Isn't it the robot guy, no?
Oh, I don't know. Just go Google it. I gotta know now.
No, it's...
Yeah, don't even talk about it. That doesn't look like it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Anyway, double damage was picked up. Roshan is 10 seconds away. Here we go. I mean, Wildcard, they're just stuck in their base at the moment. 30k advantage.
They're stuck in their base until the end of this game, unless they win the high ground push. They will not be leaving.
Soldier's pulverizing something. This Roshan, it's not going to last. Completely gone. Fourth Roshan of the game.
Does anyone need the axe?
Kids will take it for himself. Why the hell not?
It's kind of sad, you know, Beastmaster doesn't even have it.
Yeah, but he gets, what is it, the drums of Slom?
Yeah, I know.
I mean...
I know. I mean, let's be real. If it wasn't called the drums of Slom, maybe someone would buy it.
Yeah, it's a pretty ugly name.
But the drums of Slom, come on, man.
I was real disappointed that there wasn't an actual animation when he has that axe. Like, at the very least, if I'm going to spend that much gold on this garbage spell, like, give me an animation. You know? Let him actually start playing the drums.
Yeah. Do you remember, like in Warcraft 3, the hero Beastmaster, his ultimate was Stampede.
We prefer Dota All-Stars, Lizard. We don't talk about that other game.
You can talk about your ancestors, it's fine.
Okay.
Like, Stampede was basically March of the Machines, but with boars.
I remember.
Remember, Kodos, they were running down.
Yeah.
And he was also hitting his drum. So, similar. Back in my day.
Back in my day. I actually went back and I was watching a live stream of a guy playing Dota All-Stars recently. It's kind of nice.
They still play that, like, on Battle.net.
Yeah.
They still play it, yeah, I know.
It's good to see how far we've come, though. Like, I don't think I'd be able to go back and play anymore. It's we've gone too far in Dota 2.
I played it like a couple of, maybe half a year, maybe a year ago. I played Meepo in Dota All-Stars. Wasn't too enjoyable, but
XD.
yeah.
All right, Phil. Looks like they're ready to try and go. Oh, Yawaz lost his courier. What was that? That was his Manta. Ultimate Orb is gone. Yeah, very unfortunate. Just keeps getting worse and worse for the side of Wildcard. Lil Nick will be chased down by a homing missile. Wildcard just going to stand their ground by the fountain.
Requiem?
Oh, big Requiem is there. They found... it was Solji.
It was Solji.
Not the biggest deal in the world. Yeah, you debated me, listen. Jump in onto the gyrocopter. Looks like they're going to find another. Now, Bino Zebra also gone. And so that they have successfully held high ground. I don't think Felt are going to want to try and fight until both their supports are back up.
Probably not. So we're going to chill for quite some time now. And they're reaching like their peaks on these heroes. Like, you won't actually be having a way more when it comes to the items than what you have right now. Can you get like an E-Blade on Zeus? There's 6k gold on Beastmaster. He's like, I don't know what to buy anymore, guys. I'm stacked.
Aeon just being built up here on old kits. He doesn't want to die immediately to a Requiem if he can avoid it.
Yeah, he has it, right? Like, it's just locked. So basically,
true.
yeah. Basically, if SF jumps him, he unlocks it. That's it. Cool game. Like we talked about earlier. Defending Megas this time around for them is way, way easier and more possible. And I felt that the only reason Megas were even accomplished by Felt is because SF got caught. Like, if he stays safe, if he doesn't get caught again, they can defend this. They might even be able to take this game.
Arcane Blink now available on our Beastmaster as well. Fade wants a bit of the action. Felt still very patient, waiting for Albino Zebra to be back up. Love the fact that Soldier's been allowed to have the refresher shard, so if he can get something really nice for himself, like if he can steal that Requiem, he's basically gonna have a double Requiem himself.
Yeah, Rubik is always that wild factor later on in the game. I mean, throughout the game, right?
Yeah.
If you steal something nice.
Here we go. Smoke is up through the bot lane. They already found Little Nick. The Primal Beast copping way too much damage and is going to go down.
He's just gone. He does have buyback.
He does have buyback. Uproar now available on Solji. So you've got those waves coming in very, very soon once he does pop it. Here we go. Buyback committed by Little Nick. They need to try and stop this Prophet, but the Requiem is out. Oh, they've caught him. That's the first life gone. Can they do it again?
Arrow connects.
Oh, the arrow connects. Where's the protection? Nobody's saving. Fade jumps in now, but it's way too late. They don't have the damage anymore. He doesn't want to buy back. They'll need to retreat.
Gotta run, boys.
Requiem though. Oh, Solji's taking it. Solji has got it for himself. Is it going to matter though? Like, do they really want to keep going?
I don't think they do. Like, your Prophet is dead. There's no reason to force the buyback. Yeah, they go back. Not sure. Maybe Solji could have saved him with the lift there, right? Was it on cooldown? I don't think it was.
Maybe a bit too quick with the Requiem.
With the Requiem afterwards, yeah. Maybe he got caught with the first one as well. I'm not sure what happened exactly, but next time around, he's their only save. That needs to happen. Like, he needs to save the Prophet.
Fade? Oh, Fade gets caught out. Nimbus is there. Looks like Feld are going to try and protect their Beastmaster. Though they do toss him back in. Fade, he's forced to fight now. They're going to roar off the SF. They will try, but the 4 staffs away are there. Feld, they are taking some very risky engagements here.
Yeah, they're thrown though.
Tier 4 towers are gone. Throne is exposed.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, you always have to think about that as well now. You're playing into Megas, so the game is not easy.
20 seconds left for their Prophet to be back up. And they can get back to that high ground once again if they so wish. Or they could wait about 45 seconds and we could have tier 5 items, but nobody ever wants to do that.
You could, because it might bait Wildcard to farm their items around, I don't know, the Ancients on the dire side or something like that. So you get the pick off, you kill him, and that can be a game. That can be a game-winning situation just because of these items.
Smoke up here from Wildcard. They do move out of their base.
We will see some.
Hit immune on the high ground. Requiem is going to fly out alone. He'll try to get a ton. The Prophet just stuck on the high ground. He can't move, but the Hex is there. They just perma-stun him up. He is down. He does have buyback. Alone in the meantime, gets Requiem by Solji. He hands it right back.
Are we going to see some buybacks here from the carries, maybe?
I don't think so. Maybe you could see one from Alone, but I don't think Hidemu wants to risk this game by buying back right here. Because that does give you a bit of an opening for Wildcard. It gives you a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, if you kill him.
Raw has been committed. It's going to be Sammy on the Death Prophet getting blown up here by the Zeus. And here we go, tier 5 items. We've got an Ex Machina Arcanus armor as well. That Ex Machina though, that's a nice one.
Who was it given to?
Well, nobody yet. I mean, if anything, it's probably going to be hidden immune, but... Well, they give the Arcanius armor to the Gyrocopter. He gets the boring item.
He was the one running in anyway all the time, so...
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. He's getting closer and closer to level 25 too. Triple cooldown, I suppose.
Why not? Thing is, can Wildcard find any kind of way to get some farm, like to get these items? I know in the OG series the other day.
You see the Drow? That's it. This is the play.
I was gonna say in the OG series the other day, Fogg pointed out the Midas trick where you can buy Midas and you can guarantee yourself a neutral drop with it.
Mm-hmm. They
aren't gonna do that here.
Zeus, you might scout him out.
Oh, there it is, the Book of the Dead, my favorite. My favorite. This item, like Necro Book, needs to be back in the game. It needs to be back.
You get some Necros together now with the Treants pushing in and the Beastmaster creeps. You just send the creeps on the throne.
Oh, he got Mirror Shield as well here on Hidden Immune. That's massive. That makes life real hard.
Yeah, he's dying to the Requiem most of the time though, right?
That's true.
Not gonna be helped.
So you might be better off just taking the Ex Machina, having the double BKB. Instead, they'll give that over to Kids. And sadly for Wildcard, as you saw, they don't have any of these tier 5s yet.
Stuck in their base.
That's what I mean. Like, do you just buy a Midas and try to at least get one?
I think that's an option on a hero that has a buyback, but who could do it right now for them? They still have buyback SF or the Drow, right? Like, that's it. And you don't really want to waste gold on them either, so... Not sure. I think the best bet is you have Swiftblink, you have Silver Edge, get out of the base with the Drow, hope for the best.
Just
lose the game that way.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. I think that makes life even harder. Like, you got a Book of the Dead here for the side of Felt, so it's like, if they do go high ground, like this Beastmaster can just throw all his units at the Ancient and then just go to fight. And it's like, if you kind of forget those Necro units are just going on the Ancient, they do a lot of damage. Especially when you've got that Beastmaster aura around you.
Yeah, they do have heroes that deal well with all the trash creeps, right?
Oh, listen, we get to see the Drums of Slom, perhaps? There's an Axe Blessing.
Just, yeah. He's still moving away from it. He's like, no.
There it is.
Okay, we're gonna see it.
He's got it. Drums of Slom. He probably won't even click the button, let's be honest.
I want to see it.
I can feel it. Fade. Double damage available. Of course there is. Fade.
They're going in with the DD.
Here we go. Yuar shows himself in the creep. There's the roar out. They've got the Drought. Nimbus all right on top of him. And it looks like he's about to get blown up, but the Force Staff's away. Are going to save at least for now. The Satanic is going to give him time, but the Ancient, it is exposed. Requiem is out. Alone is trying with the BKBs. It is not going to allow anything to really happen.
They are holding.
So they are wearing out. Lil Nick, he's going to try and move in with the Scythe Device. He's got Kits on the Zeus, but the Aeon Disc is going to protect. Kits is fine. Yuar's the one in trouble. He's been caught out again. Another Requiem. Alone is still trying. They've got perhaps Hidden Immune.
They do.
The Aegis is down, but that's only the first life. They need him a second time. Albino Zebra's down. It's a 4v4 scenario. Sammy also dying.
Yeah, but there's no BKB on SF. Gyro buybacks.
He does buy back. Alone's going to jump in again. They'll try it for Solji. Solji's all right for now. Roar out again. Yuar in the backside. He gets caught out. The Ancient is going down. The Beastmaster will focus it up. Can they get it though? The defense is still there. Fade. He'll get lifted by the Pulverize. In goes Hidden Immune. Does he go for the Ancient? The Glyph is there. They will not allow it yet, but they will lose their Mirana. Buybacks are out. MSS, he'll be back into the team fight, but everyone else is falling like flies. This game's over. There's no way. There is no way to defend anymore. Wildcard, they will get 2-0'd by the side of Felt.
GG, well played, says Samson.
I mean, you've got to admit, Felt, they're looking fantastic.